Hello, my name is Trinity and this is my oral on the techniques which Baz Luhrmann uses in Strictly Ballroom to engage the audience. The film Strictly Ballroom, an Australian documentary-style drama, is set in a heightened creative world which focuses on the fantastical, extravagant world of ballroom dancing and the exaggerated characters in it. It encapsulates the fight against oppression with competitive ballroom dancing. Luhrmann captures larger-than-life characters' obsessions with winning, contrasted with others' courage and the notion of freedom and individualism. Through the use of the red curtain technique, lighting and cinematography, director Baz Luhrmann draws the audience into the flamboyant world of competitive dancing, enabling them to feel the intensity of Fran and Scott's fight to overcome the oppression that engulfs them. The colour, costume and passion and love story inherent in Strictly Ballroom appeals particularly to younger females, as it is about two young people falling in love doing something that they love. Luhrmann uses the red curtain technique to ensure the audience does not get emotionally involved in the extravagant world of ballroom dancing. In Strictly Ballroom, the device which is used through the movie is dance. Dance is a conduit for illustrating the intensity of the characters' emotions and engaging the audience and keeping them contextualised in the fantastical space of the dance sequence. By staging the actors to dance out scenes where they would usually argue or have a discussion, it makes the audience aware that it's a fabricated world, one that people aren't used to, yet glamorous. For example, the traditional love scene where characters would exchange the words "I love you," Fran and Scott express this effortlessly yet intensely through their dancing in the closing scene at the Pan Pacifics. Make-believe is divided from reality through the use of the red curtain technique. Using red curtain, the characters and mise-en-scene, Luhrmann creates a surreal world, moving the audience away from the sense of reality, keeping the audience aware that the film is intensified and stylized. The theatricalized cinema techniques clearly displays the fight against the Ballroom Federation and how much of a charade it is by showcasing to the audience the deception and pompous nature of the judges and symbiotically the Federation. Luhrmann ensures the audience does not get involved in the film through this technique. The red curtain shows the falsity and surrealism of what is happening in the film. This ensures the audience believe that the Dancing Federation is pretentious with the help of comedic aspects such as how Barry Fife talks and that Scott and Fran were doing the right thing by fighting against them. The different lighting in scenes and on specific characters is one of the most engaging techniques in the film used on the audience. It brings the characters depth and emotion, sets ambience, and draws the audience attention to certain features in scenes. Luhrmann differentiates the Spanish and ballroom world by highly contrasted lighting. In the Spanish world, dim and warm lighting is used in comparison to glitzy, yellow, and artificial lighting in the ballroom world. The strategic use of lighting brings audience attention to the two opposing worlds and illustrates the difference of the reality of one and the falseness of the other. The stark bright lighting in the ballroom attracts the audience to the intensity of the dancing, which is an indirect contrast to the warm and natural colours of the Spanish world, which appeals to the audience's sense of family and culture. Through the exaggerated use of lighting, Luhrmann draws attention into the two opposing worlds, capturing the idea of good and bad, which is evident in the lighting of each. The theatrical aspects is increased through juxtaposition as the lighting has been reversed, natural and dark for reality scenes and bright and fake for ballroom scenes. This affects the audience's sensory perceptions as it ventures beyond basic techniques of natural and unnatural lighting and tones to the chromatic intensity. Throughout the film, Barry Fife has a red lens on him. This defers the audience from building a positive relationship with him as it creates an uneasy feeling. This technique has been used to make the audience see that he is a sour, awful man who isn't likeable. Cinematography techniques are used to exaggerate the characters' personalities and make the audience focus on relationships between characters. In the scene after Scott is dancing with Fran, high-angle shots are used on Fran while low angles are used on the other three attending her. This shows the power and depicts to the audience who has power and how Fran is being threatened. At the end of the film, Lohman uses low-angle shots when Fran and Scott are dancing. This allows the audience to see that they are now dominant and competent because they overcame the oppression. Extreme close-ups are used to enable the audience to engage with the characters' personalities and emotions. Characters' expressions and emotions are fluently conveyed through this technique. The use of extreme close-ups creates a diverse impact, showing intensity and passion to pain and degradation. For example, Swerve Dances showcases physical intensity and strength, but in Ken's case, it makes the audience have a negative reaction to him. The close-up shots allow the audience to build an understanding of the scene and the subsequent themes. Fisheye wide-angle lenses are used to intensify the characters' dispositions, accentuating and elongating their noses, which makes their faces slightly distorted. Usually used on Barry Fife and Shirley Hastings, making their characters unappealing and villain-like. Lohman uses slow-motion shots to intensify the emotions inherent in scenes, and sped-up shots to make the characters look silly or comical. This heightens the idea of the fight against oppression and the Ballroom Federation by making a spectacle of the characters and villainizing them. This enables the audience to see the dark side of the world of competitive ballroom dancing. Using red curtain, lighting, and cinematography, Lohman creates a transmutational world, moving the audience away from scenes of reality and keeping them in the realm of surrealism. The audience is drawn to the larger-than-life world of competitive dancing from the beginning of the film with the theatrical swish of red velvet curtains. From this, they're drawn to Fran and Scott's beating the authority by rebelling against the Ballroom Federation rules in order to dance their own steps and the inherent love story. Lohman successfully captures the audience's attention and takes the audience on the journey through the film, providing a sense of belonging within a set world, showing that people have the courage to stay true to themselves. Thank you.